let me know when, and I'll actually start.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Perfect. So, hi guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Haven Molds, and I'm currently a second-year student here at the Telfer School of Management. So many of you, I see familiar faces. For those of you who don't know, I was the current VP Internal and am still currently VP Internal of CéTSC, as well as I have had the pleasure of being your interim VP Social for this past three months or so. So kind of what I wanted to talk about in my platform, since it hasn't been released yet, is kind of the background stuff, things that people don't necessarily see but are really important in the foundation of council in general. So a lot of students who aren't necessarily involved in clubs don't quite understand the fact that council doesn't necessarily have as much power as many people think we do. We can't do a whole lot of things necessarily in the administration, down to we can't necessarily go buy you more furniture for the lounge. It's just something that we can't really do as a student body. We are here to more help you guys and further your education with things that will actually benefit you, like the ECP program that was mentioned, and like our Wellness Week and Appreciation Days that we currently have. So before I kind of move on to what I want to do in the future, I want to kind of talk about what I have done currently for council. So as VP Internal, I have increased and fostered club collaboration, which is something that wasn't quite done in the past. So this past week, if you guys have noticed, we have had Wellness Week, and we actually partnered with HRA for the first time on that. And through that, we were able to double the amount of people to reach because we weren't necessarily reaching all of those HR students that the HRA association does have. Furthermore, we increased our social media outreach, like was mentioned earlier, by over 400 students. As well, I implemented the new internal structure. So I now have 5 directors that work under me that I'd be able to kind of create and mold into the council that I see best fit for the clubs as well as ourselves. And finally, I created a new initiative this year to send directors to club events. We personally met with the presidents to talk about what events they were coming up, what they could see better for their club, what they wanted from us, and got the dates for their events so we were able to send students to them. And even if it was 1 or 2 students, they were able to bring their friends and increase the overall amount of people that were at that event. So I know you guys haven't quite seen my platform yet as it hasn't been released, but I kind of 3 main points that I wanted to discuss. And with that, I kind of wanted to have the overarching theme, I guess, of experience. I have been on council since day 1. I walked into Telfer 101 week and I networked with not all of, some of the VPs as well as the president, and got my foot in the door right from the start. So I have a passion for council, and it's in my blood. It's what I've been doing since day 1 I've been here. So with that said, there's 3 things that I want to accomplish. First is a standardization of policies. We've heard a lot of ifs or what can we do, what can we not do, and what I want to do is create a policy book that is not necessarily need to be passed in AGM, but it would include things like hiring, firing, the implementation of a new club, things where clubs aren't quite sure what they need to do in order to have this process take place, and we are able to come in and help them and further our collaboration in order to make them the most successful that they can be. So furthermore, I want to kind of touch on finances. So like was mentioned earlier, I kind of do want to continue to increase the funding that we do have with clubs. However, with that said, I do want to implement that tier policy. So having that base amount for all clubs, as well as when we have that variable amount, as well as the amount that they can apply for, the amount that they can apply for can exceed the amount they already have. So this would not only allow them to have more events, but it would also allow them to reach out to more students and to further engage them, like a lot of people have been saying here tonight that they want to see. Finally, with finances, a lot of it is visibility of the budget. That is something that I'm totally for. And if not done this year, for sure next year I want to be able to let students know where our money is going and how it is being allocated. Finally, the big part that everyone and all the clubs want to see is student engagement and involvement. So I want to increase, like mentioned earlier, the ECP program through not necessarily social but through word of mouth and through the higher up. So there are newsletters that we send out, but there are also newsletters that the Telfer Career Center sends out that they confer that, hey, do you want to promote, we can promote this and it can enhance your career. It's something that can be collaborated along with clubs. As well, this year we started working with the marketing department quite highly, and we have gotten more engagement through the televisions and all the posters, and just working with them in general to release our information. So going forward, that is definitely something that I want to continue and also grow on. So finally, I just wanted to say that experience is a really big thing, especially with presidency. I have chaired 2 roundtables for PRTs. I've led them, and from the feedback that I've gotten, the presidents have been very impressed, as well as I have sat on most of the other meetings that presidents have when our current president is unavailable. So not only do I have the experience as the past 2 VPs now, as well as the first-year representative, but I do also have that experience as kind of overseeing the presidential role, even while still being in a VP role. So thank you guys, and I welcome